Okay. Alright. Today I'm going to make a El Pastor style chicken thighs. Be marinated in the sauce and then put them in the smoker with some cottonwood and pin oak on top of the coals to kind of smoke it a little bit. Then we'll shred it up and make enchiladas with it. But first, we make the El Pastor sauce. Takes a little preparation. As you can see, we got all kind of chilies and stuff to cut up. Well, they usually just use one onion quartered up, but that's gotta be a little tough for the average blender to chew through. Boy, the skin on these onions is tougher than boot leather sometimes. There. Okay. I think I'll do cut the onion in half and then maybe in decent sized chunks so the blender doesn't have such a hard time with it. And they roast it. Sometimes they roast the tomatoes and use cloves and orange juice and everything, and then they dunk the tomatoes in cold water all of a sudden to get the skin to pull loose and sit there pulling all the seeds out and the hell with all that. Make it a little more rustic. Okay, and got 3 Anaheims and 3 ancho chilies. Anchos are the big ones. There is an Anaheim chili. Anaheims and anchos are medium hot. They look sort of like a Hungarian pepper, but greener. Most Mexicans use a lot of chili. A lot of chilies in there. For a blender's worth of that sauce, they'll have like 3 guajillo and 2 anchos. Anchos are big fat ones and they're really dark. Real dark green. You'll see in a minute. Get these. A little bit of the white vein left is okay. Just leaves a little heat. See how I did that? Just Makes it easier to get the seeds in vasons. Not always neat as you please, but it works. Okay, there we go. Got them all seeded and deveined. And instead of adding water like a lot of them do to the blender, I'm just going to add V8 cocktail juice. Get a lot more of the vitamins from the various vegetables and everything in there, and traces of different flavors and such as that. I thought that was pretty good. But if you want to just use some plain old tomato juice, I just think adding juice instead of water is better, since it's got more flavor and vitamins and substance basically than just plain old water. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like all them chemicals in the water nowadays. It can't be good. Okay, now have to chop up 2 ancho chilies. So you know, this is an ancho chili. It's darker green, dried. They look kind of black, but that's what they look like fresh. Big fat, medium hot pepper. Core that like a sweet bell pepper. Cut that collar off of there. I like to save those and use them. Oh, you had to hit the floor, didn't you? That is a rather firm pepper too. Very firm flesh. I'm not going to be able to get all these in there, plus I can't get anybody's attention to help an old cripple fix dinner. One of the ancho chilies in there. Not being dried, there's a lot more bulk. As I do have to make some pico de gallo. We got 3 tomatoes. Okay, now. That just must have fallen off the doggone. Trying to pick that up and get it in there. Oh. Dang Indians and Pakistanis want to scam me to get into my computer all the time. The scammers will hook into a phone system in a state other than yours, sometimes in yours, and then they'll, so that you'll think it's just a billing thing or something. And here they are trying to scam their way into your computer, trying to claim they've always got all these bad files in there, and you know, they try to show you fake files as if they're really in there. You check your computer yourself to find out that none of that stuff is in there. That and credit card companies, they will call you after hours and on weekends and stuff, which is basically against federal law for them to do that. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to blend this before I can get any more room. I got the pineapple and everything in there yet, and I just ain't no room for it. Okay, that's basically the Walmart brand of V8 cocktail juice. So, oh boy. Pour some of this in there. Okay. I'll have to put this in a bowl or something so we can add the seasoning and other little things. Oh boy. Gets 4 tablespoons of white vinegar. Oh, now what did I do wrong? Okay, now I got oregano, peppers, I got everything else in there. Okay, so I need two cloves of garlic. I got this. That's stronger coming out of the jar. It's not pickled or nothing.
Hello, buddy. Come here. You hungry?
He was laying up here. He sort of got displaced. There it is. A teaspoon of oregano. Oh, I ain't got my picker upper in a doggone tablespoon. What the hell? Oh, the thing came undone, don't it? Anyway. Really old lady, I was watching a Mexican lady making this stuff. I watched it on YouTube and pinch of this, pinch and a half of that, and I'm kind of trying to judge, you know. Can you pick up the tablespoon for me? I don't know, thing hit the ring came apart on me. Sure did. Guess I got it back together. Okay, anyway. And salt to taste, or half a teaspoon, so I might just do half a teaspoon. Looks good. And they don't use any black pepper in here, but I'm from West Virginia, and we talk about seasoning. To us, that's salt and pepper, and a lot of pepper. A lot of black pepper, yes sir. Okay, got that. Just stir the seasonings down in there a little bit before I buzz it. Actually, I gotta get a couple of slices, 2 or 3 slices worth of pineapple chunks in here. Vine, that'll go down as you stir it down light, and it gets air whipped into it as well, so you get that air out of there, which makes it kind of foamy like, and that'll reduce the volume a little. Right now it's like hot pepper foam, and I need a chote. It's usually a paste made with annatto seed. The batch I bought was freeze dried, like broken kernels like. Ooh boy, this stuff hard as a brick. But that's where they get that real pretty red color from. Wow. Root. Okay, I got everything except the pineapple. Don't think I have any cilantro. Cilantro was a garnish they're using on El Pastor tacos. I'm making enchiladas, so my take on enchiladas anyway. Here, go ahead and have a little snip of that.
Nice. Ooh, that smells good. You can smell the peppers through that.
Yeah, they usually use dried peppers boiled in a little bit of water, you know, like that. All the recipes I saw. But we are basically using fresh peppers to get the juices out of the peppers and the whole 9 yards, you know. Okay, anyway. We need 2 to 3 slices worth of, well, usually use half a pineapple. You use 2 or 3 slices of it, cut in chunks like this, put it in there. That's probably about half a pineapple in a can. Fresh would be better because if you've got the barbecue fired up, you can grill the slices first to caramelize them a mite. Okay, 2 more chunks. Darn it. That went down the hatch a little fast. Okay, anyway. Now that we got the seasonings in there, vinegar, and about 2 slices worth of chunked pineapple. We can buzz this. We'll blend it, and that'll be ready. Okay, got it all blended together. So now we can marinate the chicken thighs. I'm using chicken thighs this time because I wanted to try out the this al pastor sauce thing. It's got a color to it, more like what do you call the green chili verde, the chili verde sauce. That's what this reminds me of, which is not entirely a bad thing. Okay, can you just real fast give me the glass biscuit pan, the chicken thighs, and a roll of plastic. I gotta get these things marinating for a couple hours. I don't have the, no. The enchilada we have is freeze-dried granules that are like driveway gravel. I need to crush them down and soak them in some oil for a couple of days to try to make a paste out of them. That is tasting really good though. Definitely use fresh, I used Anaheims and anchos. Again, Anaheims look like a darker green version of a Hungarian banana pepper. This is a smaller one now. This is what ancho chilies look like. It's a real dark green. When you get them dried, they look black. Here's what a little bit bigger one looks like. I've seen them up to about that long. These are excellent where you just cut this out, seed and devein it with maybe a Rapala filleting knife, and you stuff them, and the stuffing includes cheese, and they're breaded and fried in a pan. A seasoned cast iron pan would be great for this. And they serve them as a, like a first course, appetizer course. Okay, we'll get to the pico de gallo in a minute here. First, come on, I need to move some of this. I kind of wish I bought some more of the Anaheims. Though I only bought 3. Should have bought 6. Like 4 anchos and 6 of the Anaheim. That way I'd have had enough to do different things with. Now, the thing I didn't like here with the thighs, they're skinned and deboned. I'd rather had them on the bone with the skin. Couldn't find those perchance at Walmart this time. So what I was going to do was leave the skin on and smoke them, and with the marinade and everything, and then bring them in the house when they're all cooked. And I was going to cook them in the al pastor stuff, but I think I'm just going to do it the traditional way and marinate them. So I wanted to pull the skin off, cut it in nice sort of little pieces, and flash fry them like they do pig skin to make pork skins. The crunchy, bubbly looking flash fried snack. Well, I was going to use the smoked thigh skin to do that and see how it came out. Smoked chicken skins. We'll do that one of these times. when I can find some with still on the bone, so I can get the skin too. But I got a whole pack of these. You can see they're butterflied open, so we'll have to reshape them in the pan there. I hope you can see this. Try to angle the camera where you're seeing what I'm doing more than my face. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's about 14 of them in there. We can still taste that El Pastor. Man, that sauce tastes good. But once you get the pineapple in there, where it's drained but still a little juicy like, oh man. This El Pastor definitely has a more tropical spice to it, if that makes any sense to you fellas. Anyway, like I was gonna get to before, I was originally wanting to use squirrel meat, like where you cut the squirrels up, you separate the legs and thighs as one piece, and then you use the backs, maybe cut in half, or the main torso, the body, and use that in place of chicken thighs, which is the dark meat of the chicken. Squirrel basically tastes like a cross between chicken thighs and turkey thighs. You put those flavors of those two together, say roasted, and that's what squirrel tastes like. It's good lean meat, very lean proteins, and they feed on mainly nuts, acorns, young shoots. They'll occasionally eat grubs and corn borers and stuff like that to get some proteins. But that makes for really good healthy meat. More so than this, but this is what we got, so we're using this. Okay, now. That thing got a little heavy with all the blood run off. Okay. This is still kind of foamy like from being whipped, but I can't help that. Look at that. Right there. That really looks like chili verde, doesn't it? But the Mexican folks, I'm assuming Central and South American too, use achote paste. It's like a bunch of rectangular squares about yay thick and about yay long. It comes in a little fat package. I need to find it, going to Lorraine and see if that Mexican market is still there. Well, Hispanic, you know, I should say Hispanic, but y'all know what I mean. Yeah, it looks like chili verde though. But wait do you guys taste this? I'll put the amounts on screen for y'all, so don't worry about it. Look at this, baby. Look how beautiful this is. It looks like chili verde. Look at that. Looks just like
nice.
a chunky chili verde sauce, and with the pineapple and all that stuff in
But
there.
how are you going to cook it?
Oh, that's just marinating.
No, the chicken.
I could even put it in a big chop pan on the stove with the sauce and everything, and just let it cook.
Okay.
It'd be really moist that way. Because it's
Say the oven. Wouldn't rely on the oven too much.
no, that's the last stage when I broil the cheese on the enchiladas covered with the sauce and cheese. Because the sauce doesn't so much go inside as over the top like.
We'll be back. Should be about 7.
Yeah, this will marinate.
It's just
We're just barely long enough. But it doesn't take long to make. It really
It
doesn't.
ran a little bit longer today. We had a guest speaker. This guy was really good. He's talking about these people out there that were protesting Trump being elected, and
He's one of the best
He
presidents
goes-
we've had since JFK, and they're
he
complaining.
goes,
You did this?
to one guy was really mad about Trump being elected. He goes, she can't vote. Guy goes, yeah. You know this is called an election, right?
Yeah, a democratic process that has nothing whatsoever, by the way, to do with the Democratic
He
Party,
says,
oddly enough.
he's an older guy, a few years older than I, but he goes on about, oh, back in our day, somebody that got elected that we didn't want to, we just went like, oh, well, maybe next time, but, you know, he's talking about how
Just elect somebody
young
else next
kids are
time.
getting so upset that they didn't get their way,
Majority
basically.
rule. Yeah, but I've never seen that before,
Yeah,
ever. I mean, with Martin Luther, I don't mean the medieval guy, I mean Martin Luther King. I said Martin Luther for
I
short.
wouldn't know the medieval guys, so.
But people were thinking it was a black thing against the whites. And you know, his wife for decades now has been talking against that. Even she said that's not what he intended, that's not what he meant. He was talking about everybody, not just the blacks. I mean, for them to get more rights in the 60s than the 1960s that they had before 1865, you know, but they killed him for all the wrong reasons. Martin, John, and Robert all died for really stupid reasons.
Okay, I thought you knew something. Jesse had left me a message for me to call her, but I might be able to call her on the way.
Yeah, she was making like a kiwi colored. Ooh. Okay, I had to unload the memory card, the camera shut off, and everything, or the viewfinder shuts off after a while anyway, so I wasn't sure how much I missed. There's 2 beefsteak tomatoes cut in cubes, rounded teaspoon of minced garlic from one of these jars right here, and got to oh wait a minute, finish my onions first. Mince up some Vidalia onion in there. And just like the tomatoes, onions gotta be sliced kind of fair to middle and thin. here and stir the cumin into that. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna cut my fingers off on that dumb thing. Schlopped a little bit, as Mom used to say. Anyway, started to cumin with the rest of the El Pastor sauce there, and it just keeps tasting better and better. I might just make some of that sauce and can it, because it's acidy enough to where you could just do a water bath, you know. Make up, you know, cut everything up to make a blender's worth at a time, and then put it in a big bowl and heat it up enough to where you can, you know, it'll help make the jars seal and all. All the starlings and ducks and rabbits and stuff around here, even occasional badgers and deer coming in here to eat. It's hard to have a garden. Not allowed. You can't even shoot a slingshot in Sheffield Village. I want to get out of here. I want to move someplace where the critters get in your garden. You're allowed to shoot them as vermin. You know, varmints. That, by the way, is where the word varmint, the slang word varmint, comes from, is vermin. Just in case none of you city boys know that. City folk. Gotta love Curly. Okay. Yeah, no collars there. I don't let that get away. No siree. Smell the heat on the pepper. Okay. Put some black pepper on that. And there's a good rounded teaspoon of minced garlic. And sprinkle on a little bit of cumin. That might help kill the heat a little bit. I don't think I'm going to use just a little bit of salt. A little bit of salt. Just what would be a good 3-finger pinch? Well, thumb and 2 fingers, you know, like that. Basically, what I'm going to show you later when I go to assemble the enchiladas, I got to heat the refried beans up to make them a little more syrupy, pasty. Loosen them up a little bit. So it's pretty firm once in the can. You gotta put some heat on it to thin it out a little bit. Then we'll shred the chicken thigh meat after that's been cooked, and then we'll roll them up with the shredded meat, the refried beans, and some of this pico de gallo in there. Roll them up, you pour the sauce over them, and then you cover it in shredded cheese and stick it under the broiler to heat them through and get them all melty and everything. You can use the broiler, but the oven functions are messed up. I need to get that fixed before the holidays. Okay. Those 2 ancho chilies are giving a nice color to that. A little salt and pepper. A little bit of cumin. Don't see any water down in there yet. That little bit of salt might draw some moisture out, but hopefully it won't draw too much. Mm. Mm. First time putting cumin in my pico de gallo. Earthier flavor. If you got some cilantro, get a small bunch, chop it up real, take it off the stems, chop it up real good and stir that in there. That adds to the flavor. Oh. Cutter's on the bottom of the box. That's why I couldn't get that to work last time. I wonder what was wrong there. Okay. Put this in the fridge and clean up and let the chicken marinate till they get back from church. Okay.